Hello and welcome to Flo's Client Portal. The Flo Client Portal is a great way for clients to keep track of what's being processed through the Flo system in terms of bookings and timesheet hours. With 24/7 access through the cloud, you are only a few clicks away from the information you need to know. This video has been put together to provide an understanding of all the features of the system so that you can start using it straight away. You will have been given access to the portal by the recruitment agency you are working with. That access may be restricted to a specific part of the portal, timesheets for example, or it could be full access, allowing you to view candidate bookings, compliance items and AWR records as well. Let's first start with looking at where you can get support if you need it. Your first port of call for help should be the recruitment agency, as they have provided you with access to the portal. However, if they are unavailable or you need some more technical help, you can get in touch with the Flo team as follows. We have a dedicated support line that will get you through to the Flo team between the hours of 8 AM and 6 PM. You can also contact us using the support@flo.co.uk email address. Finally, we have the live chat. This is a great option if your query is straightforward. Okay, so let's get started and work through the client portal features. When you sign on, the dashboard will be your landing page. From here, you can access the different modules of the portal. If you click on the briefcase, you have two options: Temp Plan, which is the bookings module, and Timesheets. Let's first look at the information that is available in the Temp Plan module. You'll see the three numbers at the top of the page for assigned, pending, and unfilled. An assigned booking is where a candidate has been confirmed to fill the vacancy. A pending booking is one that is in holding status, waiting for confirmation from the candidate that they can fill the vacancy. As soon as that confirmation has been received, the candidate will be accepted onto the booking and the status will change to assigned. An unfilled booking is one that has been requested by you, the client, and is waiting to be filled by the recruitment agency. If we look at the status box, we can filter by any of these headings. Here, I have filtered by assigned, which has brought up just the 12 bookings that have been filled and confirmed. Staying with the top half of the page, Flo allows you to filter by any combination of the fields you can see here. So if I want to check how many candidates are on site on Thursday this week, I can retain the status as assigned and amend the day to Thursday. The candidate list has now been filtered by Thursday, and I've got 10 bookings. The candidate information presented below is largely self-explanatory, but I will highlight a couple of things you may find useful. Clicking on the job category opens a separate box that allows you to check the charging rules for the job. This page also allows you to view the compliance items for the candidate. For illustrative purposes, we have set up this client's data so you can see that some of the candidates are fully compliant, whereas others have at least one compliance document that has expired. This is useful to give you an overview of compliance for all candidates working on site. Flo sends automatic notifications to the agency anytime a compliance item becomes due or has expired, thus reducing the likelihood of any compliance issues arising. If we click on the Compliance button, a list of that candidate's compliance items are shown. Next check and valid until dates can be viewed on the main page. Any associated documents can be viewed by clicking on the Action button. This one shows the candidate's NMC certificate. Okay, so let's move on now to look at timesheets. From the dashboard, click on the briefcase on the menu and select Timesheets. Flo opens the Current Timesheets tab and shows all the timesheets currently open and waiting to be processed. Once again, the top section allows filtering to a particular batch of timesheets, by business unit for example, or by candidate name if required. If permission has been given, Flo allows client users of the portal to enter hours directly into the timesheets. There are two options for this. The first one is manual entry. Simply enter the number of hours the candidate worked each day and click on the Save button in the Action column. Confirmation that the timesheet has been saved is provided. The second option is to use the Set Standard Week button to pull the standard hours through for the job directly into the timesheet. Where available to use, this is a real time saver, as it can allow you to complete your timesheets quickly and efficiently. Naturally, this is dependent on the recruitment agency setting up the standard hours for the job. Once the hours have been entered, click on the Save button. Once again, we can see the save confirmation for the timesheets. Clicking on the Details button in the Action column allows you to add bonuses and expenses. Or you can override the rules to amend how the hours are allocated across the working week. Just ensure you click Save if you make any changes here. More commonly, client users are asked to approve timesheets that have already been completed and saved. To do this on an individual timesheet, simply click on the Approve Action button. If you have checked the accuracy of the timesheets and want to approve them all, you can use the Bulk Approve option. Simply select all the timesheets and click Approve. If the timesheets have already been approved, then your role may be to authorize them. First, check that the timesheets have an approved status against them. Then click into the Authorize tab and you'll see the timesheets for each business unit with a status of Ready for Authorization. Each set of timesheets for each business unit can be approved individually using the Appropriate Action button, or you can use the Select All option and then click on Authorize. All approved and authorized timesheets will then be processed at the agreed time through Flo's weekly consolidation. After consolidation, the timesheets will be moved to the Archive Timesheets section. Click in the tab and you can view any timesheet that has been processed since you started working with the agency. As with the other pages we've looked at, you can filter by any of the fields at the top of the page. Let's move on to the next section of the client portal and look at the Agency Worker Regulations, or AWR. To view the AWR information, click on the Candidates menu option. The records are split into three types. Regular is for those candidates that have worked less than 8 weeks in the same job for the same company. Urgent is for those candidates that have worked between 8 and 11 weeks. And overdue is for those that have reached or exceeded the 12-week threshold for AWR. If we scroll down, we can see examples of the different options available, which include ignoring AWR warnings, swapping the candidate onto permanent equivalent rates, and ending the assignment. If you want to check when each of the weeks were worked, simply click on Periods to open up a calendar that indicates work weeks and break weeks. A detailed breakdown is available to download through the Download CSV option. The final section on the menu is the settings. If you click into Client Users, this will bring up a list of those people in your organization that have been given access to the Client Portal. If a client user forgets their password, there is a Reissue Password action button available to reset it. The second menu option is Business Units. This simply gives a listing of all the business units or sites that you have been set up to access. If all business units have been selected, you'll be able to see them all listed. Naturally, if a user is limited to a specific business unit, it is only the data for that business unit that they can see. The final menu option is Job Categories. This shows all the jobs set up in Flo for your business. Each job on this page highlights the number of shifts set up for the job and the number of compliance items required. Further information is available by clicking on the Edit Action button, including details of the compliance items linked to the job. So, that concludes our review of Flo's Client Portal. Don't forget, if you need any help with the system, contact the agency you are working with or us here at the Flo team via any of the options shown on the screen.